heard about letterboxing? And I said, no.
Yeah.
And she said, well, it's this great thing. You go out in the woods and you find a box somebody's hidden it. It's got a stamp in it, and you stamp it. And I was like, okay, I'm with you so far.
Yeah.
And they said, and then you carve your own. I went, not so much. Not an artist. I can't carve. Found out I can carve.
Just the views that I like. It's also kind of the competition.
I like the hunt.
You like the hunt?
Yeah.
Go to learn about orienteering. But since I went to that workshop, I've not done anything but letterboxing.
It was our first event, and the girls loved it.
Oh, fantastic.
So we have been boxing ever since.
Jabber has been my mother's camp name for as long as I can remember. But when I was 14, my mother's alter ego took on a life of its own. She had read an article in Time magazine about a global scavenger hunt called letterboxing that started in England but had made its way to us in the heartland. I took this new development as a phase, like when she took up Fimo or guitar. But now, 8 years later, she's still hiding and seeking these boxes anywhere she goes, and sometimes even with a companion, Joe Bob, myself.
Different people do letterboxing for different reasons. Some people get into letterboxing because they like numbers. They just want to find as many. Some of them like puzzles. And some people like to do the carving. And then there's people that get the social aspects of it.
So you can have that. That will be your book.
Yeah, thank you.
Because everybody has their own book. Right now we're creating this persona for Fiona. Is not going to be carved away. Anything that's light colored will be carved away. I hope I have a big enough piece of scrap to do this with.
Yeah, we do too.
So we've got her little cheeks.
Your name is Joe Boxer.
Right.
How did you stumble upon this trail name that you've adopted?
My wife gave it to me.
I was going to be a nurse of some kind, and I thought that would be a good identity for my name. And then I saw a military guy with his uniform name, and his last name was Wandersea. And I thought that's an awesome name, so I just put a K on it, and I'm Nurse Wandersea.
We are,
Yes.
with the three girls, my girly girls, 3.
I used to do Native American programs at school for elementary students, K through 6, but mainly kindergarten, 2nd, and 4th grade. So I just kept that as a camp name and my trail name.
You know, everyone asks about that, and it's a pretty straightforward answer, is that we have, I myself and my wife have had Boston's Terriers in our family for several years. And, I mean, really, when they get together, they are, in fact, terrorists.
We are P-Pack, and our trail stamp is a little pea pod, and there's 4 peas in it. It's me, my husband, and our 2 grandsons.
A granddaughter gave it to me, and she never did explain how or why. And I don't know if it's because it's carry on grandma, or she has to carry me on to make me continue doing something. I don't know. She didn't explain.
Why did you want to be Fiona?
Because I love Shrek.
I put that right on like that. Prefer to do the pencil transfer.
I'm like, okay, I can do this.
Yeah, no.
And I graduated from gouge to needle carving. And I actually like the needle carving better.
Super glue it in.
All about that.
Or this is a pen vise for a jeweler.
Okay.
This is what jewelers use for their little hooks and their little tools that they need for jewelry.
The first box that we ever found was in Indianapolis on the, I think it was at a rest area. It was by Safari Man, something about things that you see in the city. I can't remember the exact title of it, but it was a fire truck. I remember that.
Well, do you remember the first box that you got?
The first one I got was in Carroll County near our house. And there's not a lot in Carroll County, but we had to hunt for it.
Uh-huh.
And, we did it together, and it was kind of like, this is a neat thing for a couple to do together. Because, when you're nearing 50, and your kids are starting to leave, and they're out of the house, you got to kind of reinvent your relationship with your wife or your spouse.
Okay, and try not to, don't scoot it around or anything. Okay, I'll peel it off.
Yay! Looks good.
It does look good.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of places I've gone because of letterboxing that I would not have known was there.
Almost every place I've ever been letterboxing, I wouldn't have known existed unless I was there looking for a letterbox.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously this is a pretty established area here, but like graveyards, cemeteries, little parks, just beaten, like you said, off the beaten path places.
It depends on if you like hiking, if you like mysteries and solving them. I mean, there's all. I like to travel. I like to go to places. I mean, I found these things downtown Chicago. I found them all over.
Yeah.
And it's just an excuse to go do something. And other people, they like the puzzles of it and all. So, you got to hook people based on who they are.
Yeah.
But I say go try find one close by home. See if you like it. And then you probably should attend an event, probably in a couple months, just to see the kind of crazy people involved.
You want to see that?
Boom. Nice.
Nice.
Very,